Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Kerry.
And I'm Gus. And Rooster Teeth this week is 19 years old. We did. Oh yeah, the poppers.
The poppers.
Happy birthday. And guess what? No tornado this week.
Yay!
Oh, it fell on me.
Just carcinogens. Ow, that one hurt, actually. How did I do that wrong?
We've got a cake.
What?
We've got a birthday cake.
I don't need cake.
Eric is the goat
sprinkles,
and
Eric.
brought us a birthday cake.
Oh, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Wow.
Wow.
It doesn't say happy birthday on it. It just has sprinkles.
Birthday sprinkles!
Eric, cut it with your hand knife.
Oh no, I've got it right here.
Oh, I really thought you were
Gavin.
trolling us and didn't give us plates or knives or forks
No,
or anything.
I've got it all.
But Gus
I've
has
got you
it.
covered.
You do it.
Excellent.
You all got to talk though, because I got to do this.
Okay.
Hi. Oh, so Kerry, you're on again.
I am. I get a real shot this time.
Carry on.
Carry, hashtag carry on my wayward Carry.
So what were you saying last week?
You think I even remember what I had for breakfast, Gavin? Is that normal? For people to not
absolutely.
remember like what you had like the same day.
I think for people who like do what you do and have to focus on so much at all points in time, it's hard to keep track.
I got like a small steak knife to
I gave you, we already talked about it.
talk about.
There's a spatula.
Yeah, I got a huge ass spatula. But I got a
I
fucking little...
told you I couldn't find the knife. I
Just
said
use
there was no
that,
bigger
guys.
knife, so I got you a regular
So,
knife
wait.
with a spatula.
It's a
Wait,
fine knife.
wait, do we not own a bigger knife or is there an unaccounted knife?
Are you cutting from once? That's the most insane way I think maybe you can cut a cake.
I'm
I'm a
make it
middle.
even.
I'm a center cutter.
100% a setter cutter. Did you really just do that?
you
Was
cut
that for
from
real? Was that for a joke or
Do
no?
we have to have discourse about everything?
I cut across and then I'm gonna cut it down into slices.
Yeah, what you've done
He's
is you've
doing it like a pizza.
into
insane.
slices. Are you?
Do you not serve cake in slices?
Well, you're making it seem like
You
you're gonna do it
usually
in
cut-
big slice like watermelon.
What you usually do is you go in the middle with the knife and cut.
Here, Gavin, you fucking cut the cake.
Because what you've done there, Gus, is I would have gone from here.
Now
Right?
show me.
There. And now what you've done, you've exposed all this to the air.
You're gonna
but
serve all of that.
You're not. Yeah, you're not.
There's
you're gonna,
4 of us, and how many people behind the camera? There's like another 6 back there.
Big cake.
This
I'm
is
doing
talent
these.
cake.
What you're doing is big long slices. You might as well do this.
No, but you can make slices out of mine.
I'll take that one.
Oh my
Here,
god.
Gus, have a slice of cake.
That's not what I was doing. I'm gonna have a slice the way I would have made it.
He's gonna make it like a pizza.
Yes.
Like you cut down the middle and then you go like an X across
Yes.
and then you go doot, doot, doot,
And then you
doot,
get
doot,
smaller
doot.
and smaller till you end up with slices.
Yeah,
Sure.
Gavin just cut off the. We should turn it around.
I mean, I was just doing what Gus did, but to an extreme.
This is what I did.
This is
You made the peace sign.
I don't want that big of a piece.
the piece of
Small one for Barbara.
the piece of cake that I'm holding is in some ways one of the most unique slices of cake to ever exist.
That's the one you're after, yeah, because
Yeah.
you got more icing.
Can you make an NFT out of it?
No comment. Oh,
Careful!
use that big. Oh, that's a
double.
How many slices of cake?
I like how
Everyone's just watching. Nobody wants to fucking help.
There's only one spatula. What do you want from me?
Happy anniversary!
it would be too many cooks in the kitchen, Gus. We're trying to stay out
Here,
of your
eat
way.
your fucking cake.
No thanks, I don't like cake.
I hate everyone.
Yo, hit me with one of them forkies.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Oh, does anyone else want cake? I'll cut you a fucked up slice, apparently.
It'll be good by the end of the podcast.
You know,
I'll have
this-
just enough
Happy
Eric's
birthday.
words.
It's 19 years. It's still me doing the work and other people are bitching about it. 19 fucking years. Pick up a fucking knife, do it yourself in a way that doesn't deform the cake. Happy birthday.
This is almost exactly how my 12th birthday went.
Who would play Gus in this situation?
Actually, this
Was
is
that your
how
mom?
my 20th birthday went because I was working at Rooster Teeth when I was 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were the parents yelling?
Yeah, Gus was just yelling at me at a different time in my life.
And how old are you now, Kerry?
I'm 24. I'm 30.
You're 30.
I started when I was 19. I'm 30.
And your
now.
birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah.
May 5th. Well, first.
First. May the 5th. May the 1st be with you.
Oh, the
what
old
they say.
the old
As they
classic
say.
Star Trek saying.
Yeah.
Blot Jeb in chat says you committed a cake crime, Gavin.
That's true. It's true.
Hey,
that
you
was
know
a
what?
horrendous cut. but I was
Delicious, though.
This actually is very good cake.
It is.
Are you
Thank
eating
you,
the horrendous
Eric.
slice?
Oh, yeah, you know I'm a fucking good one.
Eric, you want a slice?
Yeah, Gavin, can you cut me a slice?
What kind you want?
There's a pre-cut.
Hey, Gavin, it's up to you.
All right.
There's a pre-cut slice right there.
Cut Eric a very
Oh
special
shit! Sorry,
slice.
Nut Shark. I'm eating another mic. I'm normally better than that.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Pretty good.
Yeah.
He's cutting in the middle of the
He's
cake.
cutting a circle.
No, it's squared out pretty evenly.
It's kind of like a cylindrical
Cylindrical.
piece. Actually, that's a good piece.
You wouldn't know any difference.
Thanks, man.
There you go, dude.
Happy birthday.
Hang on.
Yeah, if you just want to take a picture of that for memories.
I'll be honest, that worked out surprisingly well.
Yeah?
That was what are you doing?
He's documenting it. And then for your birthday, you can buy yourself a body pillow. There it is. We talked about it last week and showed it. Here it is. In reality, it's Gavin's size.
Hold on.
It's Gavin size.
Gavin, do you know what that is?
It's okay.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
fine.
never mind.
No worries.
Why?
Do
What
you
is
know
it?
what dish is?
It's from Ruby.
Some sort of no.
Do you like it? Do you like the way it looks? There's only one correct answer.
Yeah, this one you can find.
Obviously.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep, definitely.
Would you use it to support your wrist or any other part of your body?
All parts.
Okay, you heard it here.
I also saved this part for the podcast.
Better than cake.
Oh, you're gonna rip that off?
Better than cake. It's the peely at the back.
I don't know if it'll pick it. No.
So satisfying.
Moment of silence.
Nice.
I heard it.
So is it sticky?
It's like, well, it's a mouse pad.
Because
so
if not, it's going to be.
Hey!
Available now, store.roosterteeth.com.
Nut.
here you go, Gus.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, it has a bit of a tacky kind of back, so when it's on your desk, it doesn't move
It'll
around.
stay in place while you're using it.
using
Correct.
it. Jesus
Thank you,
Christ.
Mike. I can see Mike now with our new setup. I can see straight to Mike over here.
The crew loved that.
We're in our new space that we were supposed to debut last week, but we got tornadoed out.
Oh,
How's your bathroom?
it was good. Not the best place for a podcast.
How long were you in there?
15 minutes.
Yep. I
I went in there because I feel like Meg, being from here,
right.
is used to sort of the occasional tornado warning. But for this one, it was like, this one isn't a watch. This one's a warning. And
Yeah.
it says hide. So I was like,
This one
why not?
happened.
Yeah.
And-
Probably shouldn't just sit in my office.
It's pretty scary.
Just doing the
It was
podcast.
fucked up, yeah, because we were talking. I had like the weather with like the live stream with the weather person, and like they're like, "Oh, there's a tornado in Round Rock," and they cut to the traffic camera, and then I think that's when Eric was like, "Yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and call
I
this
think
one."
once the warning alarm started going off on all of our phones simultaneously, we were like, meh.
This is probably a good sign.
I just started running around the house picking up cats and chucking them in the bathroom. We're all just in there together.
I have a closet under my stairs that I just like ripped all of my junk out and was like, I guess if I got it, I'll hang out here for a little bit.
That's where I sat too.
Yeah.
Closet
Oh, I
under
never
the
went.
stairs.
Actually went in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sat in there.
Nah.
And
I
Trevor
saw the
was-
war. I was just listening to the news and they were like, "Oh, it's here." And then I looked at where it was. I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah, it was also going a certain direction. So if you weren't in that pathway, you were probably okay. But
I'm glad we made the call that we did. But also, I ended up just playing the Xbox the whole night, so
Yeah,
it was fine.
yeah. If you weren't like directly in that path, then it was just like a thunderstorm.
Yeah. It was. I mean, this is gonna sound really obvious to say, but tornadoes scare the shit out of me.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like things I can't fight back against.
just blow the other way.
I've tried.
I decided to watch. Have you guys ever seen The Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
That
saw it
movie
yesterday.
with Dennis Quaid and
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in that? Yeah.
I watched that the day after, and I was like, I'm glad I'm watching this after, not before. because
You watched it the day after. You watched the day after tomorrow. I almost got out.
That's the one with like the frozen hurricanes, right? Is that what the weather phenomenon
the
is?
flag freezes on the pole
Yeah.
instantly.
And like you get in the eye, you freeze or something like that.
extreme weather. But they had like a scene where all of Los Angeles has been like taken over by multiple tornadoes, and it becomes a super tornado, and it just demolishes the entire city.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Don't you just hate it?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck,
A
dude,
super tornado.
it's scary.
It's delicious cake.
It's actually very good cake.
It is. So last week was kind of a fucked up week because we did the podcast on Monday and we had to cut it short and we couldn't do a post show. Then the next day we were supposed to do a shoot
Oh God, yeah.
that also got like canned. And then so we had to like repurpose it into something else. It was a bad week for production.
Yes,
was-
but we still got some stuff done.
We still got some stuff done. We weren't able to do what we wanted to do, which really sucked. We were
Yeah.
trying to make an anniversary short.
Which we might try to repurpose for RTX.
Okay, that'd be good.
I was
And
gonna say there's always next year.
Next year's our 20th anniversary.
We're gonna smoke a
So
lot of weed
what? Go on.
because it's for 20.
just the 20 part though.
Well, I assumed it happened at the fourth one. I just wasn't there.
What? No, we were too busy. We had no time. The 4th of 2007. I don't think I was sleeping that year.
They're
if I
gonna
remember
legalize
right.
it by next year.
I was in
That was
high school.
episode 100.
Oh yeah, we definitely were not sleeping. No,
No. Well, I slept upright a little bit.
it was terrible. Yeah. So it was
I made the weed joke. That's what you were thinking about.
bad.
Yeah.
Bad week for production, but
Good week for
we're gonna do it right now. But I saw I guess there were a lot of events in Austin this weekend. It's like people plan events in Austin for this time of year or October, like before it gets unbearably hot or after, like once it's starting to cool down at the end of October. So this past weekend there was a golf tournament, a NASCAR race, and the Texas Relays were all happening in Austin this weekend.
Oh my God.
So this morning the airport was a mess.
Were you there?
No, I saw people online posting pictures about how bad it was.
Can we show one?
Do we have one queued up?
They will.
This was posted by someone on Twitter. What was his username? At
look.
Joey Dillon.
What the fuck?
These are people abandoning their rental cars because the line to return them is so long. It's going out. Like, see, way in the distance on the left
from the airport.
is the parking structure.
That is still, a half a mile from the airport.
Yeah. They're just leaving their cars there because
Holy
it's taking too long.
shit.
The security line went outside, wrapped down the building, then turned around and came back in front of the airport again.
I genuinely, unless I had something, I would just stay for like another day.
To go home. Be like, never mind.
Yeah.
It was like that on Sunday also. I had a friend who flew out on Sunday and he missed his flight at like 6:45 a.m. and they had to rebook him on like an 8:30 flight to Dallas.
Oh my
like
God.
to connect to get to an actual flight because he said the line was in the airport, around the whole airport, outside of the airport, back inside the airport, and then you finally like went through. He's like, it was the most insane line he's ever been in.
Also, the airport also told airlines when they're landing planes in Austin to bring extra fuel because they can't guarantee they have enough fuel to put gas in them to take off again because there's so many planes here taking off.
Man.
That's insane.
I was just thinking how we're lucky that the Achievement Hunter tour wasn't happening like this week, this weekend, because you guys would have had to fly out they would have had to fly out from then. But Jesus Christ. I've seen it bad, like backed up in the airport itself with like lines kind of snaking around, but
No, this was
never like that.
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
absolutely crazy. Like I think normally they say for airports Austin size, normally they have like a 5 to 7 day reserve of fuel for planes, but that the Austin airport only has a 2-day reserve, and that there were so many flights that they just like burned through it all.
They got small tanks.
Yeah, they're trying to expand it as part of like the airport expansion, and it was already approved, but the pandemic slowed down their construction start, and then when they went to start, then the people who lived close to it were like, "Oh, we don't want that near us," even though it was already approved.
Fair.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
So now they're like trying to figure out a way to expand their
Well,
fuel
and also,
capacity.
South by happened, like a week ago?
Right.
Yeah.
So-
but even I didn't even see pictures that bad from South by.
I knew somebody who went to the airport and like the line to pick up people was outrageous. Not that bad, but holy shit.
Yeah, I told this on the podcast a few weeks ago. I don't think it was last week. When I was leaving the airport, I parked there, and there was a line to get out of the parking structure.
That's insane.
So it took me an hour to get out of the airport.
What?
Yeah, just to get out, and I had parked there. So that was miserable. But something's got to change.
What is this world coming to?
What is
You
this
know?
world coming to?
Well, I read
How do we
projections.
fix this?
I read
before this?
projections that the summer of 2019 was the busiest that the Austin airport ever was.
Okay.
And this summer's projected to be 40% busier.
Have they made any changes to accommodate for the...
They're hiring more people, and they're trying. And I think the security lines have expanded a bit, but still, it's going to be Nuts.
Can't think of a better time to sign up for Clear.
Yeah, talk about a perfect ad for Clear.
Yeah.
There's someone in chat said that. In,
Can we get sponsored?
Brenton K. Breaks Things.
Said sign up for Clear.
Said, if there was ever a time to buy Clear, there it is.
I remember I got it. I got it around March 2020.
Oh, no.
How'd that go?
I didn't use it. It
They
expired.
do any refunds or no? Just
That must have been a good year for their bottom line. Everyone's still paying for this and no one's using it.
Oh, to those wondering why I'm not wearing 64 items of clothes again.
What's the excuse this
Why
week?
is that, Eric? Andrew didn't get... We did a whole recording.
Andrew hasn't chosen the special one item of the 64 items, and we also had to talk about how many socks is one sock,
Right.
or whatever.
They're ironing
Well,
it
what
out.
was the
Basically,
conclusion on
I
that?
need to receive the information on Andrew's pick, and then
That
we
is
can do it.
correct.
But we have recorded 2 episodes ahead at this point, and he didn't discuss it on either one.
Yeah,
so-
that is also correct. So it's going to be a few weeks before we get to the 60. We will let people know that there will be 64 items of clothing.
so
Okay,
So
I'm
condoms still on
waiting
the
too.
table.
What's on the table?
Condoms still on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that counts as
Talked
one.
about that last week.
Clothing.
I think it is. I think I would say that's a piece of clothing.
What if it's opaque?
No.
Yeah,
no.
what if it's opaque?
What if it's glow in the dark?
No.
Does jewelry count?
No. You know why? Because it's jewelry.
Yeah, that's a good point. What about a hat?
Yes.
Is that not an accessory?
Well, let's put this to you
Yes.
as well.
But it's still clothing.
Is a sock 1 or 2 pieces of clothing?
One.
A pair of socks is 2.
Yeah, that was the question. A pair of socks, is it 1 or 2?
Yeah.
I said it's 1.
It's 2. It's a pair.
But a pair
but
of
you-
pants is one.
Ooh, good counter argument.
Yeah, but there's
That
one
means
of them.
pants are 2.
But it's a pair.
His pants are too? That's easier though. This is getting dangerously close to wheels and
Why
doors,
is it
guys.
called a pair of pants if it's one piece of clothing?
Is it because of the it's got to be because of the legs.
Like there's 2 legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess people say pants, but you'd say like that's a pair of pants.
Why is that?
It should be a pair of legs.
It's a pair of legs, yeah.
It's a pair of legs or pants.
But why is it a pair of pants?
Pant.
Pant.
Like Panton.
I have a pant.
It's a full circle.
We're figuring it out.
Let me put on my pair of arms real quick.
Pair from the Latin means 2 like things, and pants were originally 2 like things.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Like
you
legs?
you put them on one leg at a time because they actually came in 2 pieces.
Yeah, but pair of glasses, you don't put on one at a time.
I don't
Wait, do
think
you say-
anybody calls them a pair of glasses.
Do people
they?
not say that?
No.
I think maybe.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've heard it
heard
be
that.
referred to as a pair of glasses.
Pair of sunglasses? That sounds normal to me.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it?
No.
No.
Yes, it's
Pair
totally
of-
normal.
put on
Why
my-
are we being gaslit right now?
On a pair of glasses.
Pair of glasses.
Oh, I don't know what's right anymore.
I don't think it's gaslit. I think it's just a bunch of people confused and saying words.
Is this like that thing where you remember something incorrectly from your childhood?
The Mandela Effect?
The Mandela Effect,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're having a Mandela Effect right
like
now.
the Berenstein Bears thing
Yeah.
and the
Pair
I
Shazam.
I swear on everything that there's a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Looms logo.
Is there not?
There's not.
There's not. It's just a bunch
There's
of fruit.
not,
It's
and
just
there
fruit?
never was. For real. But we all have it up here.
You're fucking me up.
It's real.
You gotta stop it.
I hate it. It makes it. I genuinely think we diverged at some point.
Like, yeah, the reality
Yeah.
jumped.
Yeah.
God, okay, man. I don't know.
I
can't say anything else now. You fucked me up.
It hurts.
I get. I think I've talked about this before, but I get unreasonably mad at car commercials. Like, not at car manufacturer commercials. I get
Like
mad
the
at
local
car dealership
dealers.
local
Come on
commercials.
down, dude.
Terrible, awful. I hate them. I think I've ranted about them before. But the dumbest one, I saw the dumbest one ever last week or the week before, and I see it all the time now, where it's like talking head people being interviewed, like customers of this car dealership being interviewed about how great the car dealership is. And one of the persons who gives a testimonial, she says something like, I thought it was the cars I loved, but then I bought a car from another dealership and I realized it's really the people and the dealership that I love. I was like, who the fuck says that about a car dealership? Like, I went somewhere else, but I didn't like that dealership as much as this one.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, you're not fooling anybody. You know that the fucking car dealership paid her to say that.
Yeah.
So that's why she likes it more.
Yeah, she got $5,000 off her car.
Just like the idea of getting a new car and someone's like, how does it run? You're like, oh, the guy that sold it to me was excellent.
Was it the
He
number
was
one
brilliant.
fan voted moment of car dealerships?
What the fuck was up with
Can we
those?
talk about that real
The
quick?
best movie, my favorite movie of 2021, Army of the Dead. Clearly,
Did you see? Did anyone watch the Oscars last night?
I've watched one part 100 times.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah.
But the first thing that really was very confusing about the Oscars, I had a moment, Gab, where they were like, the top like cheer-worthy moments of movies ever of all time.
the top 5.
The top 5. I forget what the first two were.
Number 5 was like the Matrix bullet time dodging scene.
Yeah.
We see that for the
Was
first
one
time.
of them the Minions?
No.
Fuck.
I don't remember what the fourth was.
Number 4 was, I believe it was from Dreamgirls, if I
Yes.
remember right. I'm pretty sure that's what it
When
was.
like one of the singers has
Yes.
like this big moment. The third one was when Steve Rogers says "Avengers Assemble" in Avengers Endgame.
Classic.
Classic.
Great scene.
Second moment was when all the spoiler for No Way Home. All the Spider-Men are together flying through the air in that like final scene. Are you okay?
Carrie just drank some Gatorade. It looks
You
terrible.
really not like Spider-Man, I guess.
I'm sorry. I just drank canned Gatorade, and I think my mouth wanted something different than what it got. And it really just fucking threw me for a loop.
Go
It's
again.
like a legitimate
Get a
gag.
second taste. It might be the toothpaste
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah.
Well,
try it again.
it says that it's not carbonated, but I was
Just think
I
with the
was I
bottle.
remember who said it. I was still expecting carbonation.
So all of these, obviously,
Makes sense.
very iconic moments.
Yeah. All right.
You remember
So-
them? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
and
moments.
they're definitely cheer-worthy moments.
so what is the even greater moment?
Which you think like after those two, it's like, okay, what's going to be number one? It must be something that you're not thinking of. That must be amazing.
Gavin, what do you think it is?
You can't think of it.
Nope.
No.
It was the moment in Zack Snyder's
Justice League.
Justice League
Nope.
cut
Nope.
where the Flash is like about to,
Enter Speed Force.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Was this the most?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember
moment.
that either. I
How did-
saw that.
How does it go? What happens?
He
That
like
He goes fast.
he starts
goes
like
fast.
ramping himself up. I think he like ends up saving something in them. I don't
remember. I saw it. I don't remember.
There's a theory that a bunch of Snyder fanboys like abused the polls for
Well,
it.
they must
essentially.
have, because then they also had another like viewer poll later in the show that was like the top 5 fan favorite films of 2021, and the number 1 was the Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead movie that came out on Netflix. You know, everyone's favorite movie from
Everyone's favorite.
2021.
The most cheer-worthy moment.
I've always wanted to do a collaboration or something with DC where I'm just filming a video in slow-mo and we like show a slow-mo clip and then the Flash just like strolls through at normal speed, like do some like visual effect
That's actually really fun.
and
Yeah.
then just not mention it at all.
Isn't there a Flash movie coming out soon? Next year? I feel like you could do a collab with them with that kind
Yeah, I'll
of
put
thing.
the
That's
suit on.
fucking funny. Yeah, Kerry will reprise his role.
I'll do it.
So the,
I'll do it.
the weird thing was
I'll run to the donut store.
I was watching the Oscars live last night, and I felt like nobody on Twitter was tweeting it. You tweeted a couple things, and I think
like 2 things,
Josh
yeah.
Flanagan maybe tweeted a couple things. I think you both like tweeted about the polls. Like, what the fuck's going on with these?
I hadn't tweeted anything until then because I was legitimately flabbergasted.
But I felt like nobody was tweeting about it, and then it was the only thing anybody was tweeting about.
That was
Yeah.
It was what's the name of the all of the clips from when Kennedy got shot?
The Zapruder film?
That This Is Our Zapruder film. And like because we saw it from like 8 different angles
So to
and like
break-
photos and like it was. I feel like we're ready to analyze.
Ready to like stabilize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I want to see it 3D recreated from all the different
enhance.
angles.
I think I imagine every single person on the internet knows what happened, but just in case, just to break it down real quick, Chris Rock was at the Oscars doing some stand-up bits, and in the process, he made a comment about Jada Pinkett Smith and her hair, saying, "When's G.I. Jane 2?" because she's bald, and Jada suffers from alopecia,
Yes.
and I think has been vocal about this before, and Will Smith, I guess, did not take lightly to this moment and went up on stage and slapped him in the face.
And they were sitting like right at the front.
right
Yeah.
at the front. And after that, Chris Rock kind of was shaken. They muted the stream for a bit, and then he continued on. And then about half an hour later, Will Smith won an Oscar for Best Actor.
Yeah. And apologize to everyone except Chris Rock.
It's a very delicate situation. I feel like the way it was handled on both sides was wrong.
I feel like I haven't
don't-
seen people say that online, and that's also how I feel. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Well, you got to be extreme, right?
we don't have to be, no, guys.
We could really just be like, this is a
Sometimes
shitty
we could just cut the
situation.
cake and not do.
And cut a circle slice.
It was a square.
I'm saying that you were both wrong. Maybe one was more wrong.
The way I cut was right. Cut the cake traditionally.
Yeah, I don't want to take sides in this, and I think I agree, Kerry, what everyone seems to be doing, where there's the argument of like, well, he was defending his wife, and you can't talk shit about someone public like that in front of everyone with no repercussion. And it's like, I get that you should not be doing that, but also to do that to somebody.
I think the
in
easy
response.
stance, in my mind, the easy stance is violence is never the answer.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of ways it could be handled, but I think resorting to violence is the wrong tactic.
Right. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But I also, you know, can never speak for anyone and their decisions.
It's very true.
But it was just a very weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing.
I do. By the way, I do not think it was fake. Some people were
Oh, no.
like thinking, at least initially, some people were like, "Oh, this is all publicity." I don't think. I do not think. That
I
it
don't
was
think
fake.
so either. I think it was a legitimate reaction.
Yeah.
It was just heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel very bad for a user on Twitter whose handle is Will Smith.
Because it is not that Will
And it's a
Smith.
verified account.
Yeah.
Tested, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel bad for Questlove
Why?
because he won that Oscar.
Oh,
Right.
the one that he presented.
The one that Chris Rock presented.
Right.
Right. So it's like,
Oh.
right. They go through all this, and Questlove goes up to has to go up and accept an Oscar and, give a speech for a subject that's very, close to him.
Yeah.
And it's like all of his joy is robbed because
Yeah.
of the moment that just happened.
I agree. No, I was talking to Trevor about it. I was just like, man, it's gonna suck for whoever wins this Oscar right now.
Yeah, see, you already forgot.
That's all what it's about. Yeah, honestly, I feel bad for all the winners that night because this is overshadowing everything.
Yeah.
I mean, notice how we're talking about it too. We're not talking about how Coda won Best Picture, or how these amazing moments for different representation and different disabilities in the industry. It's like this punch.
Do we need the Oscars? I'll say it.
I don't think so.
I'll be bold. Do we need the Oscars?
I think it's nice to recognize people's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Oscars. I've always enjoyed watching the Oscars ever since I was a little kid. Living out in the
haven't
middle
ever
of
watched
nowhere.
one.
Really? I've always, even ever since I was a little kid, I loved movies. So I loved trying to learn what the different people did. Living out in the middle of nowhere, pre-internet times. I thought it was. I would
like a
liked it.
behind the scenes Oscars more. Is that the Academy? Oh, wait, I was getting confused. It's the Academy Awards or is it the Oscars or is it the same
The
thing?
Academy Awards.
Yes.
The statue is an Oscar.
Gotcha.
But they call it
But
the
they-
Oscars.
Right. But it's the Motion Picture Academy Arts and Sciences Academy Awards or whatever.
Okay.
I was very happy to see Billie Eilish and Phineas win
was cool.
their Oscar
Hell yeah.
for
That was a great performance.
They're fucking
Did
fantastic.
they perform the song?
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
Did they do any Fortnite dances?
I think at one point Phineas, as he was playing the piano,
Yeah.
somehow managed to floss at the same time.
Like at flash speed?
Flash speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a quick floss.
It was just, I don't know, it was really cool to see them win an Oscar.
What are you saying, Eric? That they should award more blockbuster movies?
People have talked about the decline of viewership for the Oscars, and they're talking about they expanded it to nominating 10 Best Pictures and everything to get more viewership, but then things like Spider-Man, whatever, isn't nominated. Do you think that the criteria should change? Will that improve viewership? That's the knee-jerk reaction from Twitter people.
I don't think having 10 Best Picture nominees is the answer. I think that just spreads it out too much.
Could
but
they do a?
I do think that it is fucked up that the most successful movies and the biggest blockbusters tend to not get a Best Picture nod. They will get visual
Is that a
effects.
recent thing, or is that
I think that's
just the
always
way it is sometimes? Because I feel like you do get some giant blockbusters just sweeping all the awards sometimes. Like your Titanics and your Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
and all that stuff.
Dune did really well.
Yeah,
that's
but
fair.
no Best Picture.
But yeah, no Best Picture.
Should they separate Best Picture based on budget?
No, then you're cutting it down even more. Then
Yeah.
then you still end up with 10 Best Picture nominees, but you cut it up into different categories.
They should have Best Picture and Most Fun Picture.
Did it?
Man, that Spider-Man scene
It's
Spider-Man?
not a last name.
with all the three Spider-Mans,
Yeah.
that was honestly like one of the coolest cinematic moments I've ever seen.
Second
I think.
coolest.
Yeah.
Aside from
Don't
obviously
forget.
the Flash doing something.
Speed Force.
I just love giant, decades-long payoffs like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Same.
like, holy
It's
shit!
the
Why
same.
the
Could you
Avengers
plan for that?
Endgame thing was so cool too.
Yeah.
was-
Literally 20 years of movies.
I was thinking
And
about 10.
20 films.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was
not 20
thinking
years.
about that when they showed like that, like the cheer-worthy moment. I was like, man, I would love to rewatch that. And I started thinking like, it wouldn't have the same impact. Like unless you, like watching everything building up for years and then having that moment.
There are a lot of it's like anytime I need like a pick me up, I will go. There's several videos of people in theaters watching the moment where Captain America takes
Yes.
Thor's hammer, and you just
Dude,
hear
those
the
clips,
theater.
it's powerful.
It's so
I do the exact
Like,
same thing, Carrie. When
yeah.
I'm feeling down, I'll go watch theater reactions to those moments.
like I know it's just like ha 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 fun movie ha ha ha. It's fun.
It also is like, because if you watch those, you remember how you felt when you experienced
Yeah.
that moment, and there's nothing that compares to that feeling.
Do all those clips come from people who are seeing it for the second time, just filming the reaction? Like, where do those clips come from? Is it people just filming the
I
movie?
think it's just people who are illegally filming the movie, I would imagine, because
It
it's
has to
usually
be-
like opening night.
I would love there to be a more celebrated way to show clips from inside theaters.
I do too.
Like if
You and by more celebrity you mean not illegal.
yeah, like not
Not
like you're
technically
trying to
illegal.
get the movie without paying for it,
or
but
if
just
you
like
film the audience and then you could like put a picture in picture.
yeah, maybe
the
maybe your
movie.
ticket is like $2 off if you can be filmed watching it or something.
I would totally be filmed watching like a Marvel movie or
They
something.
could like pro.
Well, I don't know. Not everyone wants to be filmed. You need to like separate them out. I don't know. What's the incentive to going filmed or not filmed? What's the incentive, Eric? I'm trying to think of get people in there.
Guys, you know what?
Yeah, I'd love to have 1/8 of a popcorn.
All right. Well, we need to work on.
It's generous.
yeah.
I just thought of something we could do for our 20th anniversary.
Smoke weed.
Harry.
Carry a bong. We could bring back the podcast awards.
Oh God.
You remember?
I feel like that
those?
dog looking at the cupcake with a 1,000-yard stare.
When did we stop doing those?
Like
5-6 years ago.
No, it's been way longer. We stopped doing those like 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect time to bring it back. 20th anniversary.
Is it because too many
Good
people
luck.
took them and threw them in the bin?
It just ended up being a lot of work for me. And
Well, now you've got all these
Yeah.
other people, Gus.
Now it's a
Yeah.
lot for other people.
It's not just
Yeah,
you
like
anymore.
Eric.
No, it's busy.
Now it's people who love taking on extra work, like
everyone
Eric.
was always unhappy. No, fuck it. There's no upside. It's like cutting a cake. People are just going to bitch about it.
Yeah, but then you get cake and it's delicious.
God, that looks like a.
I just don't
fucking
understand
mess.
why you didn't cut from the middle. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like
Me?
it's as simple as that.
What's wrong with cutting the way I did? I still don't understand what's wrong with that.
Let me
You've
demonstrate.
cut too much of the cake.
I know the way that you want to cut.
Start here.
But what-
the cake is full. You go like this. And then you go like
But what's wrong with the way I did it?
There is nothing wrong with the way.
Right.
I think.
I understand with the way that they're saying it. I just don't understand what's wrong with the way I did it.
I think
I don't
Gavin,
think
if
there's
I may,
anything wrong.
if I may, if
I just
may,
think it's weird.
I think the idea, right, is that you want that moist interior exposed to the air as little as possible.
Yep.
So if you cut all the way through, but we don't eat half of it in one go, that's
But there's a lot of people
staling
here.
Two
And nobody wanted cake.
I thought I
Yes.
did.
well. And to be fair, it got a little awkward, and then nobody wanted the cake. It's a good cake, but
you didn't finish your amazing slice, Kerry.
I finished mine.
look at me.
Was there something wrong with it?
Look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need cake. I'll eat it later.
I am the
I
captain
finished
now.
mine, sir.
That's what you're going to say. Look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me. I'll eat more of my cake.
It
So-
is very good cake.
There were a lot of films nominated for Best Picture this year. I didn't see all of them. I saw some of them, but one that I did see was Drive My Car.
I want to see that so bad.
I don't get it. I
I want to see
really
it
don't
slightly
get it.
less now.
I have only heard amazing things about that movie.
I don't. Me too. But I watched it. And I was like,
To be fair, though, I haven't agreed with a lot of Gus's movie opinions lately.
Or cake cutting.
Do you hate
techniques.
Parasite?
Well, no, I loved Parasite.
Parasite's phenomenal.
That is.
Have you read any of the authors?
He wrote a story that there was another Korean film called Burning was based on, like Barn Burning.
Okay.
Burning is a fucking phenomenal film that came out in 2018.
You're talking about Murakami?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a book of his next to my couch that I've been meaning to read for like 6 months.
Which one?
Shit.
1Q84.
Let me look.
Fuck, now I can't remember.
While you're doing that,
They're good. He's a good author.
I'll check your barometer for if you're on the same page as Gus in movies.
What's a barometer?
Maybe that's not the right word.
I think it is.
Yeah,
This is a
it
tip.
was
For
You're fine.
I'm going to ask
pressuring.
you about 2 movies.
Okay.
The new Matrix movie. Did you like it or did you not like it?
What if I haven't seen it yet?
Then you can't answer that. And I'm guessing you might not have seen the second movie. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Rey.
Vista Del Mar.
Vista Del Mar. My bad.
I feel bad, and I don't know if I'm going to get roasted. I don't think I've literally ever heard of that before.
Okay. So I cannot test you.
Yeah. Gavin?
I've seen The Matrix.
Hard-boiled Wonderland and the End of the World.
That one's good.
Do we still have polls?
In the chat? I think so.
The country? Yeah. Was it
Why?
Gallup?
What do you need?
I just need diameter or radius cake cutters. I just need to know.
Yeah. That's
Who?
fair. Just tweet it out.
All right.
Get. Go.
I'm a circumference cutter.
It just gets smaller.
It's like a
Ooh, spiral cake.
How
It
do you eat a
was
cinnamon roll? Do you unravel it?
it's a very pensive movie.
Okay. It is 3 hours long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started watching it, and then like the opening credits don't start till 40 minutes into the movie, and then you're like, oh my god, everything I just watched was like the very beginning of the movie.
Preamble.
Yeah, like oh, I haven't even really started yet, have I?
What is the most confusing film you've seen?
The most confusing film I saw.
And thought it was good that it was confusing?
Didn't you tell us about one recently that you watched that was very strange? Like no one had real emotion and seemed like
Oh,
everyone
it was The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's a
thought that was-
fucked up movie. How about that? Yeah, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. Either that or Memento. That was really confusing when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Some early Nolan.
I had to watch Tenet 3 times to get it. Like fully. Like I understood the concept and like what was going on, but to actually get like all the little nuanced things,
Yeah.
I feel like I had to watch that 3 times.
I would say Primer.
Oh, Primer. Yeah, fuck.
I've watched that at varying stages in my life. I think I watched it as a teenager. I think I watched it in my 20s. It's on my 30s. I feel like it's different every time and different. I'm confused every single
I feel like I have different thoughts on that movie every time I see it about like how many iterations they've been through.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I watched it, I was like, I think it's impossible to count. I think it's like an infinite number of iterations.
I think the next time I'm gonna have to watch it with that graphic where I think in the film there's like 14 visible iterations, and there's like it's like a big chart.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You have like a primer?
I need a primer. Barbara, have you seen that film?
I have not seen Primer.
It's a time travel film where I think at some point they take a time machine back in time with their time machine.
Okay.
So it's like you have to
would
wait.
assume
You have to wait in the time machine. So it's like
Yeah.
if you want to go back in time 24 hours, you go in the machine and you have to sit in there 24 hours.
What if you want to go backwards in time by like years?
It
Doesn't it work that way?
not really. They're dealing with a lot more of a
But
compressed
couldn't you
time
take
frame.
the time machine in the time machine with you, get out, and then get in the time?
That was the thing that starts messing it up. Is once you put the time machine in the time machine, then everything kind of starts breaking.
I think at some point there's a reveal that what appears like a very early cycle is actually super late, and then you're like, wait, this changes everything.
It's got one of my favorite lines ever in a movie where it's like 2 guys who are doing this, and they're waiting in a hotel room because like they can't run into their other selves that are out and about. And then one of them, they're like looking at their watch, and one goes to the other, hey, you want to get something to eat? The guy goes, yeah, I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything since later today.
And I think,
And you're like,
yeah, they basically have to hide and wait for them in the past to go and get in the time machine, and then
they
they're
can
not
come
there
out.
anymore. So then they can like resume.
Seems like the most like
the movie is a total mind fuck.
I really want to see this now.
It seems like a very simple. I mean, it's very low budget, extremely low budget film.
Primer.
And it seems like a very simple approach to time travel, and then you realize that it isn't at all, and it's confusing as penis.
Penises are confusing.
Yeah.
How?
Like, where do they really start?
What do you guys? What would you on the flip side? What would you say is the most well done or comprehensible time travel movie? Like where you're like, this makes sense. They explained it. They did it the right way.
Groundhog Day?
That one episode of Futurama where they get in the time machine, they can only go forward.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Time is just cyclical, so they just keep going forward until
Interesting.
they get to the point where they want.
It's always fucked. There's always something
Looper?
messed up. Looper's good.
Looper has some good time
I guess
travel stuff.
Inception doesn't count because it's not really time travel. It's
I did
just
think about
time
that, though.
dilation. But I think that's done very well.
Yeah.
I only saw Inception in theaters one time, and I feel like that's a movie
watch it again.
that
Shit,
needs
Barbara.
some rewatching.
Barbara, come over and watch Inception with me.
All right.
Because I want to watch
Bet.
that all the time.
And then watch
Yeah.
Paprika, which is a anime film that heavily inspired Inception.
Really? Paprika. Where would
And
one
it's also a
watch
great
that?
spice.
Yeah.
Tis.
I'd like to point out that Gus got absolutely destroyed in this poll.
Yep. Well, not absolutely. 30%.
30% of people are still on Gus's-
30%. Not a
Stop
lot.
the steal.
What my guess is 30% of the people who answered this poll didn't understand.
What diameter?
I
diameter?
explained diameter and radius so many times to these people in this chat, and then just the next question: which one's which?
Yeah.
Hell
2
yeah.
pi r squared. That's it. That's all you say.
You can't watch Primer online?
No, it's cake, not pie.
You have to it's not for free on a streaming service. You have to pay to rent it.
Is it
I mean,
not
if it's
on
that good.
any streaming service?
Man, I
You
want to
gotta-
watch
you gotta pay,
Memento
like-
again.
$3 or $4 if you want to rent it.
What's the fucking point?
Have you seen Memento?
Yeah. I saw that once, though, a long time ago as well. But I,
saw it in
love
the
that
theater.
movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember watching that movie with my first boyfriend, Joe, back in like 2005.
So pre-Netflix and chill?
Yeah. Yeah.
This was
VHS and
Blockbuster and Bang.
bust. That's what I was gonna say. Blockbuster and bust.
Blockbuster and
Yeah.
boobies.
I was watching Severance last week. It's a Apple TV show, and a really great show. I highly recommend it to everyone. And I was watching it, and at the end, like the episode ended, and they started showing the credits, and I had to pause it because I was like, "Did I just read that person's name right?" And to like rewind it, and one of the producers, her name was Jill Footlick, Footlick. And I was like, And then I started thinking, this might be an alternate reality game. I'm going to look her up on IMDb and see if this is a real person. Real person?
damn. Shout out to Footlick.
I mean, think about how strong you have to be.
To not change it?
Yeah, to go through life and like become successful with that last name. Like,
Footlick.
how do you get through elementary school?
How to get through any school? Like
Yeah.
Middle school, high school?
Middle school, I think, is the worst.
Middle school's absolutely the worst.
Middle school in America, we become primal, and it's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know how I made it out of middle school. Let me be honest.
Animals.
Yeah. And we're all stinky.
Yeah.
Like, we're just figuring that stuff out, and we're all so stinky.
Yeah, some of that never goes away.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely
I will
disgusting.
always laugh at that.
Uh,
Sorry, let me just cover myself in Axe body spray.
or links for our British viewers.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, is that like the UK version of, or the...
The UK name for it.
Yeah. They can't be normal. So they
Yeah,
change it.
I don't know why.
It's too violent.
Axe.
They were going to call it headbutt. But that's not allowed in the UK either.
They were going to call it, I'll show you what's full.
Man, the third season of Atlanta premiered this past week. None of you watch Atlanta, right?
No,
It's
it's been on my list for so
is-
fucking long.
such a good show. It might be
right.
one of the best shows on TV. It's been like 4 years since they had a season. I feel like it's criminally underwatched and underappreciated. It is a phenomenal show. And they
Glover's
debuted
amazing.
with the first 2 episodes of season 3 this past week. And it's too good.
Do they have a time machine?
No, they have no time machine. It's on a whole other level. I feel like nobody is anywhere close to Atlanta right now.
I remember trying to watch, this is like a few years ago, I tried to watch the first few episodes and I just like was not getting into it. It just like, I don't know, the show seemed very complicated and like a lot of stuff was going on that I couldn't really understand. Does it kind of even out, or is it always kind of very, like a lot going on at once?
There's a lot. So there's always, I feel like there's always a lot going on, but I feel like the show has changed over time.
Okay.
Season 1 was very much, in my opinion, season 1 was very much about like Paperboy and Earn and Paperboy's career taking off. Season 2 became more almost like self-contained anthologies.
Okay.
It's like they establish the characters and their relationship with each other in season 1, and like kind of building this overarching story, and then that story kind of takes a back seat in season 2, and season 2 is just like these characters get into different scenarios, and here's what happens. And season 3 seems more. There's only 2 episodes out. It still seems very anthology, but there's a lot more to deal with Paperboy's career because like they're going on tour in Europe.
Okay.
But that being said, the first episode has nobody from the main cast in it. The first episode is just like entirely other people.
Maybe
been, like,
that's
4
why I was
years, right?
confused.
What's that?
It's been like 4 years since they did one.
Yeah, the first episode is entirely just like, it's almost like a short film that's unrelated to anybody in the show.
It's also,
and it's so good.
we talked about this, I think, last podcast too, about how I don't really typically enjoy shows that like feel like a downer the whole time. That's why I don't watch Euphoria. And
Ozark.
Ozark I haven't watched.
Ozark's so good.
But I feel like
good. A bit of a downer, though, isn't it?
Atlanta is I felt like it was going to be a downer of a show because there was like a lot of really just insane things happening in the first few episodes there already.
It seems heavy.
Like a lot of violence, a lot of like, I guess it's like the tone of the show, but
Life's a downer.
yeah, no, that's true. Which is why I avoid downer shows.
Just watch SpongeBob in between.
You know, I've never watched SpongeBob.
Is that your go-to show for when you're bummed?
No, I think that'd be probably Futurama.
Oh, that's why you threw out your Futurama time travel reference earlier.
Yeah, I went. There was a period in my life where I was watching Futurama. Like, I watched it every day easily.
Before this show started, Tyler and I were trying to remember what the name of the Farnsworth invention was that made his.
I think it's just the thing longer.
That is the thing longer.
Yeah.
I had to look it up.
Yeah, it's just the thing longer. Yeah.
I had to look it up, but you remember instantly.
I have seen that show so many times, except for the last season, which I refused to watch because I didn't want it to end. So I've just been sitting on it, like waiting.
So it's never ended for you.
No,
But it's coming back.
It's also coming back. So now I can fucking crack that bad boy open,
Just like a can of Gatorade.
just like a can
Can
of
of weed.
non-carbonated Gatorade thirst quencher.
Did you
Orange.
finish
Did I finish it? I
Did you say Florange?
Florange? I did. This is from Florida. It's Florida oranges. Floranges. That's fine. We can just move on.
Should it be carbonated?
Like, would it be?
I mean, at that point, it would be Fanta, and that would taste better. Like, I will drink water out of a can. I've had those before.
What's the flavor?
It's orange.
Just so it tastes like orange.
You know,
Fanta, just not carbonated.
like, have you had an orange Gatorade before? Like from the plastic bottle?
Yeah.
Now open it in your mind, right? And you're
Okay.
drinking
me to-
it, and
me to get
now
you one?
and now also it's in a can.
Oh, so it just tastes the exact same.
It tastes exactly the same. It's in a can.
So why
Yeah.
did you gag?
So it's Gatorade.
It is, yeah. I never denied that. I was just, when do you drink can and and you expect carbonation?
It's
I
true.
feel like whenever you drink something expecting something else, it's horrendous.
Yes,
Like
I
if you
agree.
ever
That's
drink,
why I gagged.
if you think you're drinking orange juice and it's milk, it's like you almost throw up.
Haven't you done that before?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would also be like, why am I drinking milk? I have fully grown bones.
I bought the most like
I still drink milk.
gimmicky soda over this past weekend.
Balls.
I saw a commercial for Nitro Pepsi.
I honestly actually been kind of want to try that.
And I was like, well, now I got to go to the store and buy Nitro Pepsi.
You
I
made
got
a
in my
special
car
trip?
and I made a special trip
You're always
to
making
go
these,
to the store
do stuff while you're out. Why'd you keep going out to
to
do
buy
things?
Nitro Pepsi.
Was it worth it?
What is it?
Yes. I guess it's like a special
Imagine a
kind of
Gatorade.
Pepsi where they use nitrogen bubbles instead of carbon dioxide. So it's like a
It's like
So is it
Guinness.
like-
it's like a nitro cold brew kind of, where it's like, or like a Guinness, where it's like super creamy.
Was it also super like bubbly? Like
Yeah.
so the
But then it
opposite
goes away
was
very quickly. 'Cause it's,
Weird.
yeah. So it's like you have to drink it super fast. Otherwise, you're just drinking flat Pepsi.
I made a realization about time that
oh God.
I've told you about these things before, Gus, and you say you hate visualizing time this way.
Oh no.
But
I love it. Lay it
we're
on us.
almost at the point where, do you remember at the beginning of GTA 5, you're in like North Yankton, it's the
Yeah.
snow area? Mm-hmm. And then like all of these years pass and then you're back in the present. I think now there's more time since GTA 5 coming out than the gap between North
Yankton
Yankton
and-
and the start of GTA 5.
Jeez.
I think it's a 9-year gap.
I think you've just blew Carrie's mind right now.
So we've now lived the amount of time between those two events. Well,
And,
since the
we've all
beginning of GTA
we were all
5.
working here since then too.
Oh yeah.
So we've all yeah.
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 Are we all in limbo right now?
Purgatory.
Purgatory. That's the one.
Every day we'll come in and we'll cut the cake differently. Then it'll just be like repeat over and over again. I'd be fine with that. I like hanging out with y'all.
Aw.
Hey, can I ask y'all a hypothetical question I saw on Shower Thoughts subreddit? I wanted to talk about last week, but it involves like the human soul, and it didn't feel like a good time to talk about that with the tornado.
It's also good to be in person when we're having this very deep discussion.
It is.
Yeah.
So this would work for anybody, but let's use Eric as an example. Okay.
Eric Badur.
Now there's a little bit of setup here, so we don't have to get in. Like, don't overthink this at the beginning, right? So there's Eric, and next to him is a goldfish, right? And I've got a gun.
Like a regular sized goldfish.
There would be. There's Eric, and there's a goldfish.
Is it on that side or that side?
Let's say his left.
His left.
His left. Okay, and I've got a gun.
Okay.
And I say I'm gonna shoot one of them.
Okay.
Obviously, y'all would say shoot the goldfish, right?
I mean, not obviously, but probably.
Okay.
He brought us a cake.
He brought us a cake. I shoot the
So
goldfish,
yes,
right?
I would
Okay.
shoot the goldfish, yeah.
Now, if I said pick between Eric and every single aquatic life form on the planet, it gets a little bit harder, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, we have
Shoot
to
Eric, right?
Eric.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It morally
Thanks,
gets a little
man.
bit harder. But
Appreciate that.
Versus every whale in the world?
no. That's
You might live.
I'm better than
Yeah.
What?
You might.
He didn't say like in the head, or it might be like in the leg.
Yeah, no, I dome him. But
Jesus Christ.
so
Nicholas likes this too much.
so goldfish, definitely take him out. All aquatic life, sorry, Eric. Somewhere in between.
Oh, the tipping point.
Somewhere in between is how many fish we would not kill.
How many fish Eric is worth?
How many fish Eric, any person, but let's say Eric
Or
is
mammals.
worth.
Well, to me, it's like
whales,
the
dogs.
extinction of all of the aquatic life.
Do you think it'd be a big deal if all goldfish were gone?
No, I don't think that they are necessarily
Just all your
important
run-of-the-mill goldfish.
to existence.
Well, food chain wise, it's going to have a knock on effect.
Yeah, what eats a goldfish?
but
Do
is there
goldfish
anything
exist
that
in the
only
wild?
eats goldfish?
Yeah.
Right?
Goldfish exist in the wild?
It probably...
Of course they do.
Do they?
Where,
Still?
where do we get them from?
Farms. Goldfish
Yeah, but they didn't
farms.
get
There's farms.
invented in
There's
a
just
farm.
goldfish
Like, they must
everywhere.
have been wild somewhere. They weren't bred to be goldfish, were
Are
they?
there wild
I saw someone in
goldfish?
chat say Eric greater than all fish, just so you know.
How many? What about half fish?
Half fish?
Yeah,
That's still
Am I better
pretty
than
rough.
half
Half
fish?
fish, I'd shoot half of fish, yeah.
Shoot half fish.
But I
Thanos
want it to be
style?
half of each species. I don't want to wipe out like half of all species.
I want
of
to
fish.
cut every fish in half.
It's got to be like
Which
Gold-
half?
Goldfish go from cute to villainous when released into the wild. They're known to
Okay.
carry disease and parasites as well as breed with wild carp.
Yeah, but where do they come
let's
from?
go ahead
What
and
are
take
they?
out all the
Let's
goldfish
kill all
and keep Eric.
goldfish.
Yeah. And we're keeping Eric, okay?
Yes.
Tuna.
Oh, tuna's delicious.
I
Eric, how good
was
do you
thinking
taste?
more about how many people eat tuna and survive on it, but it is also delicious, yeah.
probably be less mercury poisoning.
Okay.
In the wild, goldfish
Positive
can
on
be found
Eric's
in
side,
slow-moving freshwater bodies of water.
We're not here to learn about fish. We're here to learn about what we're killing to keep Eric around. All the fish.
The thing is, you can't. Like, what if we saved Eric and then next week, he gets annihilated by a bus? We'll be like, well, those fish died for
I'd
nothing.
be pretty pissed if you died after that, yeah.
I'm gonna die eventually, or be the first one to live forever.
You never know.
Consider that.
And then we pick the right guy to murder all the fish at.
I don't know. There's got to be. I don't know if you like gauge it by weight or by species.
It's got it.
Like how many tons of fish?
30,000 tons of fish.
I mean-
that's
You're
a
going
real
to figure
tipping
out
point.
Well,
a
okay,
weight
let's-
There's
ratio
gotta be
that
some-
Eric's is.
Maybe we
Insane.
talk
Then
percentages.
maybe it's like 2 whales. Then you're like, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
The biggest whales.
Right.
Yeah, we'll just have
2 whales.
we'll just say like, hey, everybody stop accidentally killing or purposely killing whales. Save 2. They'll vouch for Eric. And then we're fine.
What's the method? Are we just pressing a button and then all the fish die, or are we having to go and
I'll
whack
take
them
care
all
of
in
that.
the
Don't
head?
worry.
You'll take care of it. all.
He knows the guy.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'll take care of it. I did say that. I'm just saying you don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm revising my statement. You don't worry about it.
We don't worry about it.
You don't worry
It just-
about it.
it just
What about all-
happens.
I'm gonna be
Cows.
busy though. Let me put it that way. I'm gonna be busy. What about all what?
Cows.
No.
Sorry, Eric.
What?
I need my in and out.
What?
My burgers.
You get Impossible or Beyond.
It's gonna be impossible for Eric. And again, this can apply to anybody.
Why
I should be clear.
Eric? Why
yeah,
have you
he'll be
picked
talking
Eric
to us
here?
from beyond.
I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, but
He's also right there. He's probably the only one.
Yeah.
Kerry
Okay,
can
Gavin, how
see.
many tuna do you think you're worth?
Yeah, Gav.
Like really deep down. Like let's get real for a second. How many tuna do you think you're worth?
how many are there?
I'm typing how many tuna are in the world. You read my mind.
Wait, what should we guess?
Does anyone want to guess how many? So I found the estimated number for Pacific bluefin tuna.
Okay, Pacific.
Pacific bluefin tuna.
I'm gonna say
It's starting off big. This is wild card.
10 million.
And this is as of September 1st, 2017.
I have
so far.
zero.
I'm gonna say
And you said 10 million?
I said 10 million.
I'm gonna say 10 billion.
10 billion?
I'm gonna say.
Don't you say 10 billion in one, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna say 8 billion.
1.6 million, of which 145,000 are reproducing adults. That
That's
seems
it?
way low.
That
That's-
seems very low.
Yeah, two of
I
us
thought
were in
I
the
was-
billions.
I thought I was gonna be low.
Wait,
1 million?
1.6.
why was I so off?
How many people live in
This
Texas?
I thought that's
I
just a
was
shitload of fish in the
closest
sea.
by saying 10 million.
This is
The Earth is mostly sea.
this is from NPR.
I
Oh,
guess
well,
also-
check your sources. Okay.
8 billion. I thought that'd be more than humans.
Stocks of Pacific
Yeah.
bluefin tuna have fallen to 2.6% of their historic size.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Great. Another problem we have to try and solve. Thanks, Kerry.
Okay, so what's the industry value per year on them?
Value
Are you gonna
of
invest?
Pacific-
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to see how much
how
I'm
much
worth.
it's worth?
It's like, hey, don't pull that trigger yet on Eric yet. Hang on, we're gonna make some calls first.
In 2018.
Team's about to
so-
go way up.
Oh God! So it does it by ton. It's $38,000 per metric ton.
And how many tons of fish? we got?
How much does a
Fish
Pacific
weigh?
bluefin tuna weigh?
Wait a minute. I've gotten tricked on this
320
before.
pounds.
Are we doing the SAT?
times
Are we
one.
being tricked and doing the
Wait,
SAT right now?
wait, how many pounds?
That's 512 million pounds
Multiplied by.
how big is a tuna?
divided by
Divided by.
2,000.
Tunas are 300 pounds?
320 pounds. They're huge. Have you never seen a big tuna?
Why am I thinking of a tuna fish being like
No, tuna are massive.
Yeah, they're
fucking huge.
gigantic
Oh, really?
bastards.
So it's
I was with
256,000
you.
tons.
Are we thinking of salmon?
that
times.
Maybe I'm
What is
thinking
it?
of
expensive
salmon.
too.
256,000 times.
For some reason, I was thinking of them as like the,
3,800.
you know, when you ever see like movies of them catching a bunch of fish in like one of those giant nets underwater.
yeah, like where
And
they're
they're
going
like-
upstream to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of that as tuna, but I'm
Should
very
be a
wrong.
name of a movie.
It's
Upstream to fuck.
just under $10 billion.
Hey, it's probably already a name.
Okay, so I'd be wiping out $10 billion worth of industry.
Yes.
I feel like people are really counting on that.
Probably, but also like just
But look at him.
yeah.
Oh, we're back on Eric? I was just doing me.
Oh yeah, it's you. Look at you.
How else would you know when to stop fuckface recording? You know, like, you gotta keep them around.
It's tough, man. Like I think that's big.
Oh my god, that is a
they'll-
tuna.
That's a
They
Pacific bluefin
could
tuna.
flatten you to death.
My
Well, now I
God.
kind of don't like them.
They're too big?
That's what we have in those little cans.
Yeah, they fit the whole thing in there. They fit the whole thing in there.
They juice it down.
Yeah,
You know,
how
there's
many
a
cans
hydraulic press.
Oh,
They did it to a fish.
that'd be
man.
rough.
Cans of tuna fish can one tuna make?
I like how you typed all of that not looking.
Well, I was like thinking.
Like, how do you want to word
Depending on the
this?
size of the tuna, you would. This can't be right. You get somewhere between 20 and 180 cans.
That's what a big.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a different kind of tuna.
Oh,
then.
it's a different kind of. Maybe that's what we're thinking
Oh,
of.
they didn't put the good shit in cans.
What tuna,
Yeah.
What tuna is the canned tuna then? If it's not bluefish, bluefin.
I just assumed it was the bluefish, like
Is
assholes
in
or
a
something.
Can.
Like how they make hot dogs and chicken nuggets.
What?
All
Yeah.
canned white tuna is albacore.
Okay.
Okay.
Caught a lot of them in Stardew.
How big is an albacore?
You know one thing you say about this podcast? You laugh and you learn.
Albacore tuna, 73 pounds.
Maybe that's
Okay.
what I'm thinking
I
of.
can take
then.
that. Wait, are we
Oh,
fighting
you had
this?
albacore on the mind.
Yeah, as always.
So yeah, a lot smaller.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
of.
little baby.
That, when I think of tuna, that's what I think of.
I went
I had no
the
idea
first time I
albacore
went
was a
to Tokyo back in 2005. like the first day or second day I got there, I was like super jet lagged. So, I was waking up really early in the morning. So like one day pre-dawn, I went out there to the Tsukiji fish market, which I think is like the largest fish market in the world. And that's when I learned how big tuna were. Because you could see the tuna that they had just caught. They were auctioning off like the bluefin, and they are fucking huge.
How much do they go for, the whole fish?
I have no idea.
Did you get any fresh cuts?
I did get some fresh cuts while I was
Good
there.
shit?
Yeah.
Did you eat it raw? Just
Yeah, I think you're not supposed to do that.
Just
I
go
learned
on it?
afterwards.
why? But where's what?
I think supposedly it can carry parasites. Like
Well,
whenever
how do
you
I get sushi?
Whenever you eat sushi that's been flash frozen, typically to kill parasites. If you
Well,
eat it fresh,
So what you're saying is, Gus, what you're saying is that when I eat sushi, I'm eating dead parasites.
yes.
Nice.
How did the parasite? I thought the parasites are typically in, like, the gut. Is like parasites just in muscle?
I don't know. That's all I. That's all I know. I'm not,
think
I'm not
we- I
looking
think
that one
we've
up
asked-
because I'm going to see gross things.
Gus, enough tuna questions today. I think we've asked. Well, thank you guys for indulging me.
The tuna cast.
It sounds like
No.
Eric, be on the lookout. Is all I'm saying.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Did you? Has anyone? Did anybody watch Bad Vegan on Netflix?
No, is that like?
Were you in
Is
it?
that when you have like? I'll just have one burger.
all
No one will
about
know.
It's about a woman who started a plant-based restaurant in New York,
Okay.
and then she ended up getting kind of conned by someone else who was kind of like the Tinder swindler, where he was like constantly asking her for money, and but he wasn't like swindling a bunch of people. He was like swindling her and like gambling it all away. And anyway, he told her all these crazy things that she believed for some reason, that like he was like a superior being from like another plane, and he was gonna, if she gave him enough money, he would make her and her dog live forever. And it's like this really weird story where it's like you watch it, you're like, how does anyone fall for that? Like, this was a woman who went to like the Wharton School of Business, had a very successful business. Like all the celebrities in New York would go there to her like vegan restaurant, and you're like, how does this happen? Like, how does a person come along who's so charismatic that can bullshit you that severely
Yeah.
into believing things like that? And then eventually, like,
scary.
he took so much money from her that they had to go on the run because she couldn't pay her employees anymore, and the restaurant folded. It's like a 4-part Netflix series. It's really, really interesting to watch.
How, Did he seem charismatic? Did they show footage? Like, did he seem charismatic?
He does not look like it. He does not look very charismatic.
Could you look charismatic?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Wide-eyed? What?
Use your camera and give us pure charisma, Gavin.
Pure charisma.
Where's my
In 3,
camera? Is that
2.
one?
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa, that guy knows.
Hey, you look like Jeff there.
That was very Jeff
Jeffy's
Pose.
Taught me well.
The like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your eyes can go so wide.
Mine-
You got a lot of headroom on your iris.
You know it's bad when you see the color of your eyes and then all white around it.
I can't. I just always look stoned, even though I'm not.
You can't open them wider than that?
I'm trying as hard as I can right now, Barbara.
That's as wide as.
Hang on. I'm trying as hard as I can.
You're getting there.
That's normal.
You're getting there.
I'm trying every part of it. I'm drying out right now. I'm trying so hard.
Guess how wide your eyes get. Okay.
I can't see.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I can't. No.
You look like that emoji that's going like.
See, not very charismatic.
This podcast is so reminiscent of like 4 people trapped in a room where the power's gone out, and they're just trying to keep. They're like, oh, what about this? How wide can you? How wide can your
Trying to
eyes
entertain
go?
yourself.
What
We'll be
else
playing
is a
I Spy
podcast?
5 minutes from now.
Speaking of vegans too, I don't think any of you are watching Survivor this season, but I know Gavin is. I think for the first time, at least that we've known about, there's a vegan contestant on the show,
That's very surprising to me.
which is very challenging
Yeah.
because on this season in particular, they're not giving the players any rice. So they essentially have to find food and eat it that way.
I've seen vegan contestants on like Naked and Afraid before.
Oh, really? Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
which
sense.
is like out in the wilderness for 3 or 4 weeks.
I mean, I assume that would be what that would be the first thing people throw out if they were stranded on an island. They wouldn't.
But would you do
I
it
mean,
for a
he-
contest, though, is the problem.
He did though.
He did?
He
He, like,
I
chomped on a
think
squirrel?
He ate some fish. They were eating some fish, and he
Oh, he's pescatarian, right?
he ended.
Is that what
He's
it is?
vegan.
Yeah. Well, not
So,
anymore.
like, yeah.
But, I mean...
Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, that's the show aspect of it. But I don't know if a typical vegan would happily starve to death if there was
I think
fish
that was
available.
quit. You know,
No, I mean in real life, if you were on an island, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm vegan, so I'll just die." I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
yeah, for sure.
I don't
You
think
would
you'd go
make
for
sure that you could actually survive and eat
Yeah.
whatever you have to. I imagine.
Yeah, they find the
I don't wanna
volleyball
see
and they're
him.
like, "Is this animal leather? Oh, I can't buy Wilson."
Listen.
do they still make volleyballs out of leather, or is it all
No,
plastic now?
No, I'm sure it's
Synthetic
all-
material.
Yeah, nothing's real anymore, Gus.
That
I
cake's
did.
real.
It is. I'm happy that this is what my TikTok is. I found it on TikTok. Apparently, he makes balls by hand, like soccer balls, and like
Whoa.
he just like makes them with leather.
Like stitches it
Yeah.
together.
What does he use for the stuffing?
You know, he didn't get into that.
Stuffing on a football.
Well, what's
some-
inside?
Air.
There, but is there no like on the out? Like it's not just a leather surrounding thing with air.
It's usually
Isn't
like an
there
air bladder with.
Yeah.
Sorry, not stuffing, lining. Isn't there like a fuzzy
I think
kind of
you
lining?
probably
Cow intestine.
On
Yeah,
the
probably would have been
Yeah.
a stomach back in the day or something.
a bladder, maybe. That's already used to holding juice.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what my TikToks are now. So
How do you get a spherical ball by hand? How do you
I'll
get it
send you the video. It took him a couple tries.
It's probably
He had
just
to do a very certain pattern, like octagons and then hexagons or something. Or it was like pentagons and hexagons.
I like watching therapeutic stuff like that. I can watch people smelt metal all day as well. Just into bars.
I just
He who smelt it dealt it.
I texted Bernie yesterday because I've been watching this ASMR channel that is very reminiscent of the Greatest Head Massage kind of stuff.
Baba.
And I
R.I.P.
sent it to him. I was like, hey, I think you would like this channel for some ASMR content. And he's like, oh, yeah, this is like right up my alley. Also, Gavin just sent me photos from our trip to India.
I did.
So
a few days ago.
Like literally, it was like within a day or so of me sending that and you sending those.
I had that same thing, but I had
like-
two.
That's mental. Why? How are we both?
No
See,
idea.
he's really gonna think he's in a simulation again now.
I had
Again.
the same thing happen. It's pretty much the same emotional level, but two friends watched Shrek in the same week. That happened last week, and
Both the original Shrek movie.
they both independently watched the original Shrek, and then told me about it.
Shrek is very in these days
Yeah,
amongst the Gen Z.
I mean, yeah, Shrek is love.
Shrek is love.
I only saw the first one.
I think I saw the first two.
the second one fucking bangs. The good.
Oh, good bang.
Yeah, the first two are good. The third one is eh.
Yeah, and we don't talk about that one. Yeah, you should watch Shrek too.
Oh, I'll give it a go.
You should also watch Luca if you haven't seen that movie yet.
I've seen parts of it. I need
It's
to
a
see the whole thing.
new Pixar movie. It is phenomenal. I liked it better than Encanto, personally.
Also, people should come see us live on Friday at the
Speaking of
Stateside Theater.
Enjoying things.
Yeah,
No tornadoes.
no tornadoes. I think. Let me check the weather. Oh, they have a graphic up for it. It's right down there.
April 1st. I'll bet it's
This
a prank.
Friday, April 1st, celebrate the real anniversary, the actual anniversary date itself. Go to rtxevent.com to check it out, get some tickets. I don't think there's going to be cake there.
I've been told there are some very dumb things happening.
Are there?
Well, Kerry, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carrie will be there.
Be a new way to cut cake.
I guess we can try to get a cake and demonstrate ways to cut cake.
What if we brought that cake?
No.
That was a quick no.
It'll be completely unedible by then.
Inedible.
Both.
Unedible.
There's also another tour, Achievement Hunter.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all over the place.
Achievement Hunter Tour is happening at the same time as the podcast. Not the same night though. I think it's the 31st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, right?
Who will win?
Ooh.
I mean, y'all have more days, so
Yeah, is it I wasn't aware it was a competition.
everything's a competition.
Also, you guys will be on the West Coast.
Never eat
What cities are y'all going to be in? LA?
Seattle, LA, San Francisco.
Sounds about right.
Look at you. Oh, yeah. Trevor, huh?
I also pay attention to what we're doing all the time.
I know there's a West Coast tour, but since I'm not going and not involved, it's like I'm only aware of the tour, not the
exists.
I know
specific-
everything the company's doing at all times, and I think it's just a habit from being the person who used to run the social media at this company, where I'm like, I always have to know everything that's going on. So now it's like just habit for me to be aware of everything all the time.
I just tune out now. It's pretty great.
So if you want to know anything that's happening, I don't know if you heard this, Kerry, but Ruby's going to be in anime.
We can even maybe give people a little preview, a little sneak peek about
what?
something that we're not supposed to show yet.
You got some stuff to show?
I was told we shouldn't show it.
I just got told yes.
Are you serious?
wait,
Can we
by
really?
who?
Are
The person in charge.
Oh, okay.
Are you serious? We can't show it.
I got a conflicting message earlier.
Sorry if I'm late to this, but totally cool for you to show it and talk about it.
What are you
you
guys
wanna do
talking
that?
about?
Because what
This is the person, right?
is his
Which
name
one's the
Adam?
person?
What are they on about?
A trailer
That-
for a show.
Yeah, that's the guy.
All right.
It's
I say we go for it.
Okay.
What are they going to
So
do?
we've been like sorry, but we're being a little cagey about this. We're just trying
Yeah,
to
we're trying to figure out if we can do this or not.
We talked about this for quite a while. There was something we filmed back in January where it took a lot of us a long time. We put some really long days in filming something, and it's something that we haven't been able to talk about. And the trailer's supposed to debut tomorrow. But before 5 minutes before the podcast went live, I started messaging, Barbara and I both started messaging people asking, hey, can we show the trailer and talk about it on the podcast today instead of tomorrow? Because we're live and
Barbara's freaking out.
there's first members here.
I just I don't know if I could.
You want to see my conversation? Will this make you feel better?
I mean, this person is the head of marketing.
Yes.
So ultimately, they say what to do. But the person who I spoke to said they were having a meeting about it. This was at 5:20.
I just got this.
Okay.
We should do it. Let's do it. I'm going to call it. They can put it on me and get mad at me.
I
we'll keep
say
setting
we
it up.
do
So
it.
we filmed this thing back in January, and it was a marathon. It was a lot of filming. It was a lot of work. I think, from what I've seen, I think it turned out amazing. I think it turned out great. I'm super excited about it. We have a trailer that, like we said, it's not supposed to come out till tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and
This is a huge deal.
Yeah, for
anyone watching.
for
right
first
now.
members right now. We'd be happy to show it to you. So I think we should just show the trailer first and then talk about it. Do you agree with that sentiment, Barbara?
Is what? Sorry.
We'll just show it and then talk about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, let's go ahead and let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Sorry, I was just double checking.
Welcome to Block Island, a deceptively perilous playscape designed to test 12 of the greatest minds in video game entertainment.
Let's go, John.
Oh my god, right in the hole! Or at least those with decent internet connections.
Wait, what? It's nice to be able to unwind, get out of work.
I vote we eat Gus first.
Chris, you're always trying to eat something.
Throughout the series, competitors will face challenges and eliminations. Winners will be granted safety, while weaker links will be voted off one by one.
We have to win the next challenge, y'all.
Win challenges, we don't have to worry about voting each other out.
But what happens when the blue team goes away?
At this point, none of us are safe.
What?
Are you joking?
Friendships will be tested.
Everybody on my team is a threat.
I am unable to play the mind game of this.
It's survival, right? I've got to scheme a little.
We have to start thinking who's going to be a threat.
Lives will be lost.
This is not a vacation, this is a competition.
And ultimately, only one person can win.
I just can't believe Patrick would vote for me.
Get over it and learn to trust me.
Get over it!
You never really know what human nature is going to bring out in people.
9 days, 12 people, 1 champion. This is Survive Block Island.
That looks so good.
This was absolutely amazing.
Do it!
It didn't work. It was absolutely an amazing experience to film. It was a marathon. It was really long sessions, full days and then some for a week.
It was, I think,
of
every day,
filming.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it was all filmed from home. So you're at home, which was actually nice to be in your own space for it. But I saw some comments thinking it was machinima. That is all live
Gameplay. Yeah,
gameplay.
we were in there
It was
playing the game.
It was filmed, I think, with a mod in Minecraft for like cinematic view. And so they had like cameramen in the show that were invisible to us who were also filming it. We were recording our own perspective too, which I don't think they ended up using because they just wanted the cinematic version of it. But it is such a phenomenal show.
Trevor's been so excited about that for so long. I'm so glad it got made.
I've been excited because when we filmed it, we could only see our perspective, obviously. Everyone, like you can tell from the trailer, everyone's kind of like playing the game and like running their own thing. So like now to finally be able to see it and see the other perspectives and see what else was going on is absolutely great because we had, like you said, it was 10-hour days where we were just like very focused on our game and what we were doing, not really, only being able to guess at other things that were happening and other things that were out there.
Yeah.
On Block Island in the bigger world.
Well, I've been reviewing some cuts of it, just for like notes and stuff like that. And it's so cool to see what happened on like the other team too, because like you're just with your team for part of the, show, and then people are like off on doing individual like things together as they go off and like strategize. And so being able to see what everyone's doing behind the scenes is really fun.
And like it's weird to think that I met people that we work with in this production, like filming Minecraft, spending hours together that like I've only briefly met, or maybe I haven't even really met in person here yet.
Yeah, I don't think you guys had met BK or Joe at that point.
I think I'd met BK once very briefly when she was visiting Achievement Hunter. She stopped by our space and then left. I saw her for 15 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
But, you can see I
think you have to choose, do you betray her or not in this Minecraft game now?
It was absolutely great. And just to reinforce, I see people still talking about it in chat. Yeah, it was all real time in-game. Like, it's not machinimated. We were all in Minecraft, playing Minecraft.
Yeah, and that's our audio over what is actually happening at that moment. And just, it is very good.
And then they would, like, pull us away to do like talking head interviews. Like, all right, like talk about your strategy here. What's going on? What do you think so-and-so is doing right now? And like,
my favorite part was sometimes just like, especially like the first day or two, it was still getting kind of like ironed out how everything worked. Because it was a very complex production because we had like a Discord that was using proximity chat and things that like where you had to get interviewed. So they'd pull you into different channels and all this stuff. And I remember at one point I was like talking to some of my teammates and all of a sudden they pulled me and transported my character to do a talking head interview but didn't warn me.
Whoa.
And so from their perspective, they were just like talking to me and they're like, Barbara?
The rapture happened?
He just snapped out of existence.
The weirdest was like when the proximity chat stuff was going on, it's like you'd be looking down doing something like you think someone's behind you and you're talking to them and you turn around like, oh, they're gone. Or like, are they doing a talking head or did they walk away? Because like that would happen too sometimes. Like you'd be in the middle of something like, oh shit, I'm getting backstabbed right now. Like, like it's happening.
The real paranoia.
It's tough because it's just like real Survivor where if you want to go walk down the beach with someone or like go look for food with someone, you could do that and it would take you away from the chat with everyone else. So you could actually talk in private, but you would also know that they're not there.
People would see that and then sometimes they would follow you to keep you from getting that privacy because they would see you physically walking away.
Just dig underneath so you can listen.
Well, not even. They would just like, hey, I'm going to come too. Like, oh.
Interesting. That's so interesting.
Season 2.
There you go.
Was anyone a vegan?
It was a lot of fun.
It looks really cool.
I'm really excited for it. April 7th. It's so soon. It's so
How many
soon.
eps?
9 episodes.
Is it 9?
Ooh,
I don't know if I assume I'm allowed to answer that, but yeah, there's 9 episodes.
More than one.
And also like a lot of people watching right now, I know you guys are like some of our greatest audience members and community members. Please spread the word about the show once it does start because I really do think that it deserves so much love and so many people should be watching this because it's honestly so good.
I can't remember a time where I've been more excited to watch something that we made.
Yeah.
I also want to give a big shout out to Trevor, who was the host of
and he also like created the show.
Yeah, and I think he did a great job. He did a phenomenal job. I don't know if it made it into the final cut, but at one point when he was explaining a challenge, his color blindness kind of came into play. He was like describing what we were going to do. He's like, and then you jump on the purple thing over here, and everyone's like spinning or like looking like, what? And he's like, oh wait, is that not purple? What color is that? We're like, what are you talking about?
It's really phenomenal. Trevor and the whole team who worked on it did such a great job. just coordinating everything and just really making all of the cast feel like super immersed in what was going on. And I think like even if you don't watch Survivor or any reality TV, I think this is still so what's the word I'm looking for? Like enchanting,
juicy,
and captivating.
Captivating,
Yeah.
yes.
I like the idea of it as well because the first episodes of Survivor are usually pretty ropey as you're getting to know everyone. But when you already know so many of the people in it, it's going to be like...
That's also what makes playing Survivor with all your friends very difficult because you're like, I don't want to have to like backstab or vote out my friends because then I have to work with them all day, every day.
I think everyone was trying to like compartmentalize it.
Yeah.
It's like what happens in the show is obviously not a reflection
It's
of...
like when you play board games.
Yeah, your personal relationship or your working relationship with people. It's like, yeah, you're in the game. And I felt like I was breaking. Like having to maintain...
Sorry, I laughed at that.
No, but having to maintain that level of concentration and like that disconnect from your actual life and like being so focused and mentally engaged for so long was like, I was just getting loopy. Just like, oh my God, I have like so many spinning plates that I'm trying to balance. It's intense.
And now you know what it's like to be a Twitch streamer.
I think
just 8 hours a day pissing in bottles.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you said something. It might have been like the commentary for season 1 of Red vs. Blue. It's like right at the beginning where they're like counting to 3 to run away from the tank and Simmons leaves early. And you say something like, yeah, I mean, in real life, I would do that. I'd sell you out. You're my best friend, and I would sell you out in 1 second.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Old school.
It is really just engaging and so interesting to watch too.
Yeah.
Like even watching the cuts, even the stuff I was there for, I still wanted to watch all the way through and like just really, I was just like, even the editing is great. Sorry, I'm like, I could gush about the show forever. It was just very fun to be a part of.
And we'll be able to finally fully talk about it and experience it with everyone April 7th, which is Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Yes. Okay. And I think if you are going to the Achievement Hunter tour, there may be something special for you to see there too that I'm not going to give away.
Tickets still available. rtxevent.com. You can go there too. Are we gonna have anything special here in Austin?
Yeah, he invited me.
Yeah, Kerry will be there.
Yeah.
No. Thanks. I mean, yay!
Yay!
Maybe we could show what they're showing at the podcast.
Yeah, we should
Yeah, I'll show anything.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, just give me something to show. I'll show it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I can send you some anime.
Yeah. Ruby's an anime.
Yeah, we'll just watch Paprika.
man.
That'd be awesome.
So
I do
excited.
hope that we do a season 2 though, because obviously there was only 12 people in this season, so there was a bunch of people like you guys who didn't get to be a part of it. And
I know
really,
Gavin would love to play more Minecraft.
I think
I would love to be in that.
Well,
Okay.
you like Survivor,
Yeah.
which is why I think you would like it so much.
And some of the challenges were really cool and innovative.
They
like-
were very like some of the things were very reminiscent of a real Survivor
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, some of them were like very Minecraft knowledge focused, and some of them were very much like Survivor focused.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying that, Trevor, I'll eat someone. Is that my camera? Which one's my camera? This one? I'll eat someone. I don't know. I'm just gonna say to all of them, I'll eat someone. I'll do it. Put me on next season. I'll eat someone.
He'll do it. He would do it.
Yeah, for any amount of fish.
But I was gonna say for how many fish? Damn it. Oh my
Well,
God.
I'm super glad that we got the okay to show that, and that we're able to
too. Well,
to experience it with chat here.
Yeah.
I think it's so much more fun that way to like see the reaction live to something. I think that's one of the reasons why RTX is so much fun for us is like you actually get to see how people react to something instead of just reading comments about something. Like when we show stuff from Ruby.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we should talk about.
Like this?
Like
that,
this.
Like that.
And we have an anime.
The huge announcement that Ruby is an anime
Yeah.
in Japan.
We, I think while we were doing this, Jeff Yetter made a community post with even more details on that.
So that got announced last week.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't remember how, but somehow I had heard the name for the project at one point while it was being worked on. And I got mad. I was like, why did you tell me that? I'm going to say it by accident now.
Yeah.
Now that I know it, I'm going to say it. Like, so anytime it got brought up, I would be like, no. Like, I don't want to talk about Ruby at all because I'm just going to say the name. Like, it's just going to come out.
Well, now you can.
It has been Ruby Ice Queendom. It has been...
even now, I feel uncomfortable saying it. That's why I still didn't say it when I was talking about it.
8 years, this has been like, at least in the works to some degree. And I've just been like, who can I tell? I can't tell.
I still can't believe you guys have been holding on to that for that long.
It hurts.
8 years.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it's ish.
technically 4 like real like
Yeah,
work
yeah.
being
It's
done on it, right?
it's like been in the works for like running like 8 years or so. But I mean, like really like talking about the deal, getting the deal figured out, and then actually in production for the last like 4
so cool.
5 years or so. Yeah, we're really excited. It's like I said, I think Jeff Vader just posted a community post. If you want to hear more about it, it is one thing I will definitely make sure to say because everybody keeps asking is not a retelling. We're not just redoing the show.
I see a lot of speculation. People wondering what it is. And
I will tell everybody now that like the first couple episodes, the idea is like if you haven't seen RWBY, you can definitely jump into this. So it'll look very familiar, but then it's gonna do its own thing, and it's very good, and I'm very excited.
So I don't know storyline, the specific of Ice Queendom. So I want to try to ask. No. I want to ask a question, but I feel like it'll put you on the spot.
If I can't answer, I'll just say I can't answer.
So you talk about like how it's not a retelling, but the first episodes might be a little familiar. It makes me think of the Evangelion movies, End of Evangelion, where it's like the first Evangelion movie is kind of a retelling of most of Evangelion, and then it's like things start changing, and then it's like it opens up to like all new possibilities and a new story.
I would say this is more. I mean, I think that's a decent comparison. I would say that is a little bit different because like that is like a continuation of the story. This is more trying to figure out what I can say. This is more getting the audience familiar with RWBY if they're not for a couple episodes, and then telling like a side story.
Okay.
More of like spin-off-y kind of thing. So it's not like but it's also it's complicated. And the thing is I don't want to give it away because it's gonna be better if you just watch it.
Is there a time machine?
No.
Is there a time machine in a time machine?
Maybe.
All right. Well, I think it's about time for us to go ahead and wrap this up. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget, next week, April 7th, Survive Block Island.
We did a whole podcast.
We did a whole podcast
Hype
with no
it up.
tornadoes. Happy 19th birthday, Rooster Teeth. Don't forget, come see us this Friday in Austin Stateside Theater. See Achievement Hunter on the West Coast this weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Happy 19.
Thanks for having me.